check. Mic check. One, two, three.
Okay, there. All set to go. And there's Wes.
Yeah, perfect timing. Alright. You ready, April?
Sure.
Alright. I'm gonna turn on your audio so everyone can hear you and then switch over so we can start this.
Ah!
Oh. What's up, everybody? Say hi, April.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys. I gotta adjust some things here. Hold on one sec. I got a whole new setup to my chat or my stream here. So, all right. So you are live now, April. We are live, and people can see me. So on this episode of Grab Your Ale and Share Your Tale, we are featuring April, also known as Dep or Depplavar. Um, so Depplavar, which I never call her that, so I'm just going to keep calling her April throughout the entire stream. Uh, so April is one of our guild leaders for Lore Seekers. I'm sure most people have had a chance to talk to her or visit with her and get to know her either in chat or in Discord. And so one little tidbit of trivia that most people might not know is April actually was a guild leader before I was because she volunteered before me.
By like a day.
Yeah, like one day she was like, "Hey, you guys need help with stuff? I'll help out." And then the next day I was like, "Yeah, I guess I could help too." She was a little more enthusiastic. I was like, "Eh, I'll do it if you need me." But so yeah, so we've been helping Jibs and Cash with the new guild from the start, and one of the guild leaders. She helps a lot with looking at the applications, inviting people in, promoting a very friendly atmosphere for everyone that plays and everyone that talks in the Discord chat and Discord channels. And all around, I I think everyone would agree April is a really great person, really fun to talk to. She's always got interesting stories. We were just listening to one, and I had to cut her off so we could jump on here and start this show. So let's jump right into it here, April. So, like I've said on the last show, if there's really something you don't feel comfortable answering, that's fine. You can just let me know and we'll just pass on and go to another question. But I think, as you saw in the other episode, it's not like I'm asking really personal information. I'm not going to ask for your social security number or anything. So we should be fine there.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm fine with it.
All
I'm
right.
fine with everything.
All right. So first thing, let's talk about the name Depplavar. Where does that come from?
Oh, God. It's an email I made when I was like 13, but it always seems to work.
So does it have any meaning to it, or you just kind of made it up, or what?
I'm obsessed with Johnny Depp. I used to be. And,
Ah.
yeah, oh, yeah, it's embarrassing as hell. Um, No, I made my first Yahoo email when I was like 13, and like Depplavar was used, so it turned into Depplavar, and now it works with everything. It's an acceptable username because nobody in their right mind would use it.
So your
So
Johnny Depp lover is basically what it boils down to.
Yes, this is like confessions.
Oh man, you're never gonna hear the end of this.
I know I'm like beet red and Wes is giggling in the corner.
Tell him to stop giggling like a schoolgirl. All right. So another thing, also to let people know, Wes is. Uh, Go ahead and explain that. So some people know Wes, some
Yeah,
people don't. So go ahead and explain.
Wes
Who's
is actually
Wes?
a member. He's actually a member of Lore Seekers 2. He's just never on. And he's always on playing anyway, but he's not on Discord. He is my fiance, and I talk about him a lot, and I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. No, we love hearing
Oh,
about Wes. We
Timmy,
enjoy.
now I can't hear you. What
Oh,
happened?
oh. If I click on the chat window and start typing, it takes away my alt key for some reason. I don't know.
Oh,
But all right. So yeah. So Wes, we love Wes. We love having him by. He helps out with doing things and running dungeons and trials now. So anyone that gets chance, what's Wes's in-game name so that way people know.
Nightthorn, but well, that's his at name, but he's Regkai, and he's been Regkai in like every game that you could type a name for. I'm pretty sure
Yeah, Jeff there says it's Night Goat.
it's Night Goat.
That may become a nickname. We'll see. So one other thing that April has become known for right now is how old is too old, April? Because I'm not that old. I don't feel that old. And I'm pretty sure Jibs and Cash don't feel that old. So.
It is your guys' fault. Okay, Cash saying that he played Pong as his first game, and then you saying you played on a green screen, like old school Whoopi Goldberg movie.
Yeah.
I have never even been in the same room as one of those green screen computers.
Well, I
So you
still.
kind of you opened yourself up on that one. You
Yeah,
really
yeah.
did.
Yeah, we definitely dated ourselves in that last episode, but so you're kind of a young pup, so we like to guide you and lead you along in this path of ESO and life. So we'll look over you as a father figure.
Oh, as a father figure.
So
You're more like grumpy big brothers.
yeah, there you go. We're the big brothers of April. That's gonna become our running name, dungeon running name or something. The Brothers of April. All right, so some people know this, some people don't, but where are you from? Not specifically, but like what state?
Montana.
And Montana doesn't even exist, so that's crazy. So I had this talk with April a while back that when I was in high school, I only met one person in my entire life that was from Montana. And when she described what it was and like where she was and stuff like that, I'm like, no, that's made up. You're just making things. I know Montana's a state, but just there's nothing in Montana except for April and some cows, I'm pretty sure.
There's like four cows for every one person in Montana. That's actually a statistic.
Yeah, and I don't doubt that at all. So
Um,
so from Montana, another story that April was sharing with me was, getting groceries and stuff. You can go into town; it's real close. But your nearest Walmart is how far away?
there's one that's like 72 miles if I go the other direction, but the one that we usually go to is about 100,
And
102.
and so here's a difference between someone from Montana and someone from not Montana is we don't measure distance in miles. We measure in time. So it's like 2 hours away to drive one way, right?
About an hour and a half because the speed limit up here is 80.
There you go. So you get the speed there at least. But I've never heard of something like that. I have two Walmarts within 15 minutes of my house.
No,
So
We used to have a Kmart here in town, but it closed last year. So
Ah,
now we got
poor
nothing.
Kmart's. I miss Kmart's. My grandmother used to work at one. I used to love going in there and running around the aisles and finding that blue light special.
Oh yeah, with the big cop light that they had like pulsating in the middle of the store.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, good times, good times. See, at least you remember that. So,
I was pretty little, but I remember that.
all right. So besides driving to Walmart, what kind of things do you enjoy to do in Montana?
In Montana, there's a lot of driving. Like when I was in high school, that was the thing to do was to go and drive around in a giant circle and listen to music. Um, that's what you did as a kid. But now, ugh, there's not much really around here. Um, Wes and I play a lot of games.
Do you guys do any camping or anything like that?
um, we have the gear. We have not that we're actually living next to a state park now. That is the
Oh,
Badlands. Um, is Makoshika, which is Sioux for Badlands. But yeah, we haven't actually gone and camped there yet, mostly because the mosquitoes have been so bad.
okay.
Yeah, our mosquitoes are insane right now. Even Wes is from Oklahoma, and he even thinks they're bad. So they must be bad this year. We occasionally go west. You have to drive about 7 hours to get to this hot spring resort that we go to. That it's about a half an hour out of Yellowstone then. But then you're actually in the mountains. Where we are not mountains. There are not
Gotcha.
mountains.
Yeah,
There
there's a
are
a lot
cows.
of flatland on the east side, isn't there?
Yeah, and you can't get much more east than where we are. So
Gotcha. Right next to the North Dakota border.
North Dakota. Yes.
Oh, I know a bit about North Dakota, and I don't really ever want to go back there again. I was
I have
forced to go there.
I have made that trip back and forth across the entire state of North Dakota probably 15 times in my life, and it is awful.
Nice. Yeah. No, no, that's a long drive, and it's pretty boring in North Dakota because it's all flatland.
Yeah.
Geography. Shut up, Jeff. No one's talking to you.
Jeff, he's so helpful.
He's like a
Uh,
heckler in
um,
all the streams. That's all he does.
if we go the other direction, though, it gets really pretty really fast. If we go into Montana, it's very pretty.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know. I got some friends that live near what's the big city on the east side? I forget the name.
Missoula?
Yeah, Missoula. So I have friends that live in that area, and he bought a piece of land that's something like 20 acres for the same price he was paying here in Arizona. He bought like 20 acres of land, put a double wide trailer on there, and it's like absolutely amazing land that he has. He has a little stream going through his property. He's got mountains all around and stuff. I'm like, "Oh, man. That is
Yep.
so great looking."
That's why Cash wants to retire up here.
Oh, yeah. Uh,
Yep.
well, he's got at least another, I think, year, maybe two.
Yeah, maybe 6 months.
I'm sure he'll have something to say about that in the chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch heck for that one.
All right, so so gaming is probably the main thing that both you and Wes love to do. So let's go into that. So what kind of influenced you to get into gaming? Yeah, so how did you get started in it? Was it someone that, said, "Hey, come play this game," or what?
Okay, it, there's a very large break in my gaming career. Like my brother's 10 years older than me, so he had his Nintendo, and I wasn't allowed to play his Nintendo, but I could sit in his room and watch him. But eventually, we got a Super Nintendo and Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. That was like the first game. that I actually started playing.
Which Legend of Zelda? Which one?
A Link to the Past,
What was that on?
Super Nintendo.
Oh, I don't think I ever tried that one.
You're kidding me. It took me 20 years to finally beat it.
Oh,
It's
that's right.
because,
I remember you making that comment. I said, "Well, at least you
yeah.
stuck with it."
Well, the thing is, when I was a little kid, I had to fight with Robbie, my brother, to actually play it on our tiny little TV. And so I kind of gave up because he always won because he's the big brother. Um, but I was always the kid that went outside and I played a lot of softball, a lot of sports. I played junior high football.
You
With
played junior high football, right? That's
Yeah,
what you said? Okay.
I did.
Just
I
making
played
sure.
football
Not
with the boys.
soccer, not soccer, but actual football.
Actual tackle football.
Oh my goodness. All right.
I had to petition the school board to do it.
Wow. That's pretty
Yeah,
cool though. So how did
yeah.
that work out? Were you pretty good? Did you guys take state? What?
In junior, no, I actually quit because there was like a lot of pressure in town for me not to be there. It was football in my hometown is like Friday Night Lights. I know some of my classmates cried at that movie because they thought it was like their soul. I don't know, their soul movie.
Yeah.
It it's hardcore. We have 5 state titles, so they did not want a girl at all. So eventually I had to quit. But
Oh, that sucks.
yeah, but it's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's interesting though.
and then I went super goth, and then I but I didn't get back into gaming until I met Wesley
Oh, okay.
because Wes is a giant nerd.
I think as most of us,
Yeah.
playing this game and watching on the stream probably relate to.
Oh yeah, and he's been playing. Oh, he he downloaded Baldur's Gate again
Oh,
the other day.
really? Yeah,
He
I
was
love
playing
that
that,
game.
but yeah, he has been gaming for a long time. He is like you guys.
Yeah. No, was it so what game did you both start playing together first?
This one,
Oh, really? Okay.
yeah. Well, okay. Wes started playing about almost 2 years ago now. A year and a half. Yeah, about a year and a half ago. And I was just watching it. I would sit on the couch and crochet and watch him play this game, and I was getting really into it. But I hadn't gamed. I've never gotten into gaming at all. I always kind of wanted to, but I didn't have that influence. I didn't have anybody be, like, hey, try this. So, he convinced me I should make a character on his account, and I did. And I got really into it. So eventually we got another computer so that I could have my own account and we could play together.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
and now I got like super duper obsessed with it, and here I am.
Did you play any other MMOs before this one?
Nope. I was
Ah.
I was terrified of them because I have some social anxiety disorders, like serious ones. So playing with other people, like, oh, it was scary. It was super scary.
Yeah.
But um, once we got into this one, I never thought I would ever play anything like this.
Yeah.
So
I honestly, back when I first started gaming on PC, stuck to just single player games because like my upbringing, I got bullied a lot when I was in elementary, junior high, and most of high school. And so when I first started gaming, I only wanted to play single player games because I thought everybody in the world was a jerk. Because I hated a lot of the people that a lot of the people that I had met over my life. Like I had friends and stuff, of course, but I just there were so many mean people that I knew as soon as I started playing with people online, I would run into those people and I would just shut down because that's the way it is. That was the way it was when I was growing up was I really kept to myself. I didn't talk to other people. I was polar opposite of what I am now. I mean, I'm sure a lot of the people that know me right now would be shocked to really hear that, but I was very antisocial. I didn't like going out or doing anything just because I was afraid of how people would treat me and, how they would talk to me and stuff, the things they would say. So, no, I,
That is 100% what my experience was.
yeah,
That is me. And I still deal with that a lot. I have the social anxiety stuff and some depression and stuff. So, but I'm doing 100% better than I was a year and a half ago.
yeah, that's good. Yeah, and
But
this, good.
yeah, honestly, the guild and talking to people and getting to know people and meeting so many great people and having, great interactions even in game, not with the guild, it has kind of opened my eyes to a whole new community, a whole new, you know, place where I could belong and interact with people without having to be afraid of those jerks.
Yeah. No, it's rough, and that's what sucks is growing up with that kind of stuff. I know we're getting off topic, but that's what something really. So one of the reasons I'm actually doing this Twitch stream is to kind of push myself a little bit more, is because I don't normally like. I wouldn't normally do something like this because I wouldn't want someone to be on here and start heckling me and stuff like that. Jeff does it, but I know it's in a loving way, so that's fine.
Yeah,
But
Jeff loves you.
yeah, but I know that if someone came in here and started talking crap about me, I have a room full of people right now that would just absolutely defend me and help me out. And that's one of the things is like after I started getting into my first MMO, which was Star Wars Galaxies, I found the majority of people that game are generally can relate to that kind of childhood or those kinds of issues and stuff like that. So it's a really good way to be able to push your boundaries a little bit and kind of open yourself up a little bit. But you got to be careful not to jump into things and just full on become the life of the party because sometimes that can hit hard. So but yeah, it's really good because I know I've heard you talk about it, and I want to sit there and tell you it's all going to be all right and everything because I went through the same thing and Pip. Sorry, I got sidetracked by that. Introverts unite, but just not here. um, so yeah, yeah, that's one of the things is like when I hear you talk about this kind of stuff, I can relate to it, and for me, I don't like to share that kind of stuff, and it's kind of throwing myself out here personally because I don't normally talk about that kind of stuff, but there it is. Some people, might not know that kind of stuff about me before, but now they're starting to get a taste of, what I am or who I am and who you are, and maybe be able to relate to it and be able to help each other out with that kind of stuff. This is exactly the kind of stuff I love doing this show for is, trying to talk things and get to know people and really breaking that ice and getting, the dialogue going for people to be able to talk and stuff. So I'm gonna reel it back in here. So first MMO, you game with Wes a lot, and you took a break forever, but you stuck with the one game for 20 years, so that's awesome.
I didn't really stick with the one
Oh
game. I
no, we're
just
gonna we're gonna say that. We're gonna say that.
no,
So yeah,
I finally downloaded an emulator on PC, and I was able to finally play it in a way that made sense. So I eventually beat the game that I got for Christmas in like 1996.
yeah. No, I'm gonna stick with you. It took you 20 years to beat the game. So all right, moving on. So what did you first start gaming on? Was it the Super Nintendo?
Yeah, that was pretty much. Well, I think maybe my brother might have let me play his Nintendo for 5 minutes one time, but that was about it. Yeah. Big brothers are mean.
Yeah. No, I never had a Super Nintendo. I'm trying to think what I went from. I went from a Nintendo with my whole family, and then hmm, I went into the army, and I think the next thing I did was get a PC. But I didn't really play PC games too much, so that wasn't really used much. But I had a PlayStation 2 that I played all the time. So
Oh no. The Super Nintendo. Actually, we still have that Super Nintendo at my mom's house. It is it still exists. And I was looking through trying to find some documents in her stuff one time, and she still has the user manual because she would file everything. My mom has OCD a little bit, and she filed, all of the stuff that came with, oh, like the washing machine and the dishwashers and stuff like that. She filed away the stuff that came with the Super Nintendo,
uh,
and so the original little booklets and everything are still in there. And I was like, oh boy, in mint condition.
yeah. Oh yeah. My
But
mom was the same way. She used to organize and save everything. So I'm pretty sure our original Nintendo had the box with all the contents stored in one of the closets somewhere until the day we got rid of it. So, um, all right. So besides Elder Scrolls, which that's the main reason that brought us together, what would you say is probably your favorite genre of game to play? Like, is it shooters? Is it racing games?
honestly, the fantasy like RPG stuff is probably the best. I tend to get angry when it comes to shooters and racing games because I get mad at myself because I can't even play Mario Kart because I die. I fall off cliffs, just like in ESO. I fall off cliffs and stuff.
Oh yeah,
But
that's another thing you're famous for is
yeah, I
look
will
before
find a
you
cliff.
leap before you look.
Well, sometimes I think I'll survive,
Yeah.
and I don't. Uh, but yeah, no, I definitely like getting into Witcher and stuff like that. The
Oh.
definite fantasy killing strange monsters. Yeah, it's great.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think ESO. So I played Baldur's Gate, but I didn't really consider that much of a fantasy game. I know it is, but I didn't get into the content and stuff. And that's the thing is like I've always been such a sci-fi nerd over most of my life that fantasy type games I never got into the lore or the stories or anything like that. I was always about the content of the game, the actual gameplay until this game, and now I'm starting to get into it, and I almost want to do some of the like role playing and stuff like that, build a backstory to characters, all that stuff because it adds a whole new level of fun to these games. So
Yeah, this game has a lot of layers. It has a lot of little things that you can find every day, something different. But like the other day, we were looking up the voice actors for Baldur's Gate, like the original Baldur's Gate.
hmm
Some of those voice actors are still doing voices in ESO today, like Sai Sahan.
yeah, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, Wes had a big geek moment because he spent a lot of time on Baldur's Gate when he was younger.
Oh
So
yeah,
he's like, oh man.
that's funny. I didn't realize that stuff. That's another thing is like I don't know what it is, but like when it comes to gaming and stories and stuff like that, I never got into any of the background of anything. I was just so focused on just play the game, get the achievement or the item or whatever it was. So I didn't really enjoy most of the games except for like Star Wars and some of the other stuff because I really got into those storylines. But now I'm glad I'm starting to get into it with this because I have the same level of enjoyment with these games like Elder Scrolls that I did before, and now Fallout's another one that I'm starting to get more into the lore of it and trying to read up on what it is before the next game comes out. So, but all right, so if you had to choose one game on a deserted island that you could play for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Can it be ESO, even though I'm deserted?
There's no internet.
Oh no, not Skyrim.
All right, there you go. So besides me, of course, who would you say you can have the most fun with in ESO?
Other than you, Timmy?
Other than me, yes, because we know that's the obvious choice, but Wes.
What?
That's what Cash said.
No, Wes makes me do horrible like vet stuff that I fail miserably at. Um,
She doesn't even like playing
Probably
with Wes. That's awesome.
I do like playing with Wes when he doesn't make me do like vet crypto parts with just two of us, that kind of stuff. Um, Probably like I don't know. We have a good group when everybody gets together.
Yeah.
I like to play with Cash and Jeff and you. No, no Cash. No.
No, no
Okay.
Cash. No. Cash is on my list right now because I'm watching chat, and for whatever
What is he?
reason, he must have not eaten his Wheaties or got enough sleep because he's being ornery with me tonight.
That's usually your job.
Uh,
That's you're the ornery one.
yeah. No, I'm not. I'm supposed to be the
Yes.
nice one. I'm always nice. And they specifically pointed out one time when we were running together, they're like, "What's your deal? Why are you being so mean today?"
I was listening to you doing battlegrounds today, and you were getting frustrated, grumpy.
Oh yeah. Well, that was because they weren't playing right, but that's all
Oh,
right.
how
all
dare they?
right. All right. So let's get into some Elder Scrolls stuff. So uh, besides Elder Scroll Online and Skyrim, is there any other games that you've played in the Elder Scrolls genre of game?
No, Wes has played Oblivion, and he's talked about it a lot, and I kind of want to go back and play the old games, just because. Yeah, I mean the time frames are all messed up, because ESO is technically before Oblivion, and then yeah, but I think it would be I think that would be really neat. That's kind of on my list of games I need to acquire.
Yeah, that's one thing I was looking at is if playing the older games would help me embrace the Elder Scrolls more, but I don't know. I haven't gone back and gotten any of them. I will actually get back into Skyrim eventually because I played that game for probably a good 6 months straight, never beat it, never finished it, and I don't even know that I even got that far into it. Like I started playing it, and I was really into it, but then all of a sudden I got distracted by another game and then started playing that instead. I'm pretty sure it was Ark that I got into after that, and I was just lost in Ark for the longest time. So,
Now, I I have one character in Skyrim that I'm playing right now, and it's a dark elf, and she is the most terrifying creature. I don't know how I did it, but she is the stuff of nightmare. She is terrifying looking. I don't know. I don't know how I did it. I'm gonna have to get a screenshot or something, but she is utterly terrifying. And one of the NPCs goes, "Well, you're pretty, but stay away from my husband." And I'm like, "No, she's not. She's terrifying."
yeah, I think I saw a picture of that one, and that is crazy how terrifying that one came out.
Oh God, I don't know what I did, but she is awful.
So, in Elder Scrolls Online, what's probably your favorite race out of all of them?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh no.
I don't know. Well, I love my Nord. I have one Nord, and she is my soulmate. I love her.
Oh yeah. Okay.
My evil Polak, because she just kind of looks like me. So
And then what is the main class that you play in there?
I literally have every class right now. I have every class available, and magic and stamina versions of everything. But I love my Mage Blade is a lot of fun to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is a lot of fun.
A
He's kind of
match
squishy.
Madge Blade, you said?
Yeah, he's a Magicka base blade.
Oh, that's weird. I don't think I've heard of that.
It's an all cast build, and he has uh, staves. You know, he has staves.
Oh.
But he can still use some of the shadow and class abilities. So it kind of looks like every once in a while he has knives, but he does not. He just stabs people with a stick.
Oh my goodness. So let's see, what else is there? So your favorite class is probably Madge Blade. So then, what's your favorite thing to do in the game then? Is it dungeons or? I know you haven't done much PvP, right?
I have not. It scares me.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get you into that, get into our sub 50 PvP stuff going on right now.
Yeah, I've only done it once with you guys, and it wasn't bad. It was kind of fun with my tiny Bosmer. I made her the smallest I possibly could. She's hilarious.
Yeah, that's why I made my Khajiit the way it was just stood out and looked ridiculous. So that way, when I went in and started attacking, people were like, "What the crap is this guy?"
That's what she does. Amazing damage, my tiny little Bosmer. It's like she is BA, like, for, but she is about like when I did the main quest line, she is about up to Lyris's hip.
It's what? Oh, up to the hip.
Yeah, like maybe up to her hip. She's up to like the door handles in Shimmerine.
That's awesome. Um, all right. So, what's probably your favorite thing to do then?
Um, Honestly, I really like the storylines, the questing. I get really involved in the story. That was the reason that I even got started playing this game is because I was watching Wes and going, listening to all the dialogue, and it's like one great big continuing novel, and I love it.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's so funny because like I was saying before, I never got into the storylines and stuff like that. And when I first started playing this game, I actually was told by several different people, go here, do this, go here, do that, and all that other stuff. And I was like, you know what? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to go play the game however I want. So I started out in Vivek City, and I did almost every single quest that's in Vardenfell, and I loved all the different storylines that were in there. Even like there's like little quirky ones that make you laugh and stuff like that. And it's fun listening to some of those and seeing some of the different interactions that they do with you, and then as you're doing things like, oh, what was the one quest where you go into like a, a not a cave, I forget what it's called, but you go into this underground area, and then the guy is over by the well, and you get to choose if you either kick him in.
Narcissist,
Yeah.
and he
that
shows up in other places, and it is fantastic.
Yes, exactly. And that was probably one of my funnest ones, was sitting there and I'm looking at the screen, I'm like, do I want to kick him in or let him live? Yeah, he's been annoying me. I'm gonna kick him in.
And then he's like, "You are a horrible apprentice."
Oh yeah, that was great. And then it's funny hearing like when you go through some of the quests, one of the quests finishes up, and then in or Vivek City, uh, every time you run by the docks over by like the crafting area and stuff like that, I always hear one of the characters say, "I don't have to go, you know." And then it's from one of the quest lines that I finished. I'm like, oh my
Yep.
gosh.
Did you
Every
ever
time
go
I hear,
talk to her?
yeah, I talked to both of them afterwards.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool little treat.
Yeah. Oh man, it was such a good. There's so many good stories too, and I think my favorite thing right now, which it it's probably one of the most boring quests you can do, is the Psijic Order you know, closing portals or closing the
Closing the rifts, the
yeah.
yeah, the time breaks.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly. Yeah, that it's such a boring quest, but my favorite thing is getting into the area and hearing that voice start talking
Yeah,
and
that
all the
auger
stuff.
is. Oh,
Oh my gosh, every single thing he says just cracks me up every single time. So I'm like, you know what? If I'm having a crappy day at work, I'm gonna go do some Sigic Order. It's gonna frustrate the crap out of me because it's so boring, but at least I get to listen to the characters start talking.
yeah,
So,
he is great. There's the dog.
how many dogs do you have?
I have I have
One.
one angry Pomeranian.
Ah, gotcha.
Well, he's half Pomeranian, half American Eskimo, so he's a giant fluff ball.
Oh
He
boy.
is he is a cotton ball, and his name is Custer because
Custer.
we got him about 2 blocks from the Little Bighorn battlefield.
Oh, really? That's
So
cool.
yep,
Was he a stray
yeah,
or what?
no, he was actually had to go close to the reservation to get him. He was the last one of his litter, and they were trying to get rid of him. So,
Oh, gotcha, gotcha. All right.
and he's my baby.
All right. Well, this has been fun. I'm trying to think what else we can talk about here. Do you have questions for me you want me to answer? I didn't even open. I'm not even gonna open that up to Jibs and Cash because I don't
Oh
want to
no,
know where they would go with it.
I don't know him. I don't know.
I know. I'm an open book. I talk so much, so.
Well, I kind of do too. So if anybody wants to know anything,
Oh yeah.
eventually I'll probably tell you.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is anyone that's on the stream, if you have not jumped into Discord chat with us, you got to get in there, even if it's just a hangout. Because half the time in the day, while I'm on Discord chat, I'm not actually playing. I'm just sitting in there talking with people and helping the day go by, stuff like that. So it's always fun in there. There's always great people in there to talk to and have fun with. So nope, I don't have Discord command. Sorry, Esotech. I have the links below if you go check out the Lore Seeker banner. It will take you to the Lore Seeker's website, and then from there you can connect to the Discord and you can put in an application and join us on there. All right. Well, April, I thank you for coming on and hanging out with me and answering all my silly little questions.
You're welcome.
All right. Thanks everyone for coming by. I will get back to my normal Monday at 5 p.m. Pacific. I missed it this past week because me and my son finally went to go see Solo, and I totally spaced on the time of when it started and when it would end, and realized it's not going to end until like 6 o'clock at night. So, but yeah. Anyways, we had fun again as normal as usual. The video will be in the video section on my Twitch stream if you want to go back and look at it again. I have last week's episode with Jibs and Cash, and next week we are featuring Spin, also from Lore Seekers leadership. So tune in Monday at 5 p.m. And April, again, thank you so much. I had such a good time talking with you. I know a lot about you already, but it's always fun doing this kind of stuff and be able to learn more and talk more and get that different aspect of people. So thanks.
You're welcome. I'm sorry that out of the 2 giant gaming computers, we don't have a webcam.
That's all right. We're all enjoying the small avatar that's produced by Discord over there.
And beard cam. We get beard cam.
Yeah, exactly. Beard cam 24/7. That's what you get treated to. And then whatever conversation that Cash and Jeff are having in the chat there.
I am terrified to look at that. I haven't even. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it was something. They definitely keep it going in there. All right, thanks again, everyone. Have a good night.